It is true that the world is full of amazing tourist destinations and opportunities to discover the unknown. However, there are always dangers and challenges in some places that ignoring them can have dire consequences. If you are planning to travel in 2024, paying attention to these 10 countries where travel can be extremely hazardous due to various reasons such as war, political unrest, crime, or health risks, is important. 1. Afghanistan. This country tops the list of the most dangerous places to travel due to ongoing internal wars and unrest. The Taliban controls the country, and there are significant security risks for travelers. For example, the danger of abduction, terrorist attacks, and suicide bombings always exists in this country. 2. Somalia. Somalia is a very dangerous country to travel to due to political instability, activity of terrorist groups like Al-Shabaab and pirates. Violence and insecurity are common in many areas of the country. The risk of hostage-taking, terrorist attacks, and piracy are always present in this country. 3. Iraq. Iraq is still recovering from internal wars and unrest, and there are significant security risks, including ISIS activities in some areas. Infrastructure may also be weak, and access to basic services may be difficult. The risk of terrorist attacks and armed conflicts exists in some areas of this country. 4. Libya. Libya is embroiled in internal war with various groups competing for power. Violence and insecurity are widespread across the country, making travel to this country very dangerous. The risk of armed conflicts and hostage-taking exists in this country. 5. Central African Republic. This country is very dangerous for travel due to internal conflicts, political instability, and high crime rates. Infrastructure is also weak, and access to basic services is difficult. The risk of armed conflicts, abductions, and violent crimes exists in this country. 6. Syria. Syria is engaged in a long and devastating civil war resulting in a humanitarian crisis. Travel to this country is highly unrecommended due to serious risks to health and safety. The danger of airstrikes, armed conflicts, chemical attacks, and abduction by armed groups exists in this country. 7. Yemen. Yemen is embroiled in a destructive internal war leading to famine and a humanitarian crisis. Travel to this country is highly unrecommended due to serious risks to health and safety. The risk of airstrikes, armed conflicts, infectious diseases, and famine exists in this country. 8. Ukraine. Parts of Ukraine are currently at war with Russia, making travel to this country very dangerous. The conflicts can be unpredictable, with significant risks to the health and safety of travelers. The risk of missile attacks, shelling, armed conflicts, and military capture exists in this country. 9. Venezuela. Venezuela faces political instability, high crime rates, and severe shortages of basic goods. Travel to this country is not recommended, as there are significant risks to health and safety. The risk of violent crime, abduction, food and medicine shortages, and political unrest exists in this country. 10. Mexico. A country with abundant tourist attractions, in recent years has become one of the most unsafe countries in the world due to the extensive activities of drug cartels. Travelers to this country are exposed to various risks such as murder, robbery, and armed conflicts.